Welcome in, everyone, to another session with the Second Chances. We are unfortunately absent one Leo tonight, but don't worry, I play a pretty good old man rogue myself. We're going to start with our thank yous, of course, to Critical Role, who has provided the amazing world that we are playing in, the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, as well as to Critical Role, Reliquary Records, and Dungeon Glitch. All the music that you will hear tonight comes from one of the three. So last we had left our heroes, they had came to the city of Trostenwald for two reasons. The first being that it's on its way, it's on the road as they are leaving the Empire at the behest of Zenithal, one of the Cerberus Assembly members, who said they should probably get out of the Empire for a little while he tries and smooth things over with the king. They're also in Trostenwald because there was word that Hermia's brother may have been there. They went to investigate some odd fey occurrences out in the forest, where they found an impenetrable wall that Hermia was able to get them through. And they had a chance encounter with a hag and did indeed find evidence that her brother had been there, as well as who he and the Wildborn were chasing, which is some person who seems bent on creating a spell that can remove her home city of Venenthia, a floating city, from the sky in the Feywild. They returned back to Trostenwald that night and celebrated not dying by going on a bit of a pub crawl. Some people had way more fun than others did, though it may have led to some awkwardness back at the inn. Maybe we'll get a chance to see how that plays out today. But regardless, everyone found their way to their rooms that night. One person their way to the tavern for the rest of the night. Rosalind had a heart-to-heart with Leo, but eventually everyone found rest, and you all wake up well-rested. You know what, Maeve?
Yeah?
Give me a Constitution save.
Okay.
You and Zana, see how much of a hangover you have.
All right, you got
Roz
it.
is not close enough for her
That's fine.
special cheating aura.
It's not cheating, it's part of the game. Ooh, not a great roll. I rolled 12.
For a total of...
No, that's the total.
Oh, for a total of 12? No, you only needed 10, so you're fine. A little
Okay.
bit of a headache. Lights
Yeah.
are a little brighter. Maybe your people had the right idea living underground. But
Wear a cloak.
it's fine. You're okay. So all of you wake up the next morning, meet up downstairs, and with the day ahead of you, what would you like to do? We'll say that Hermia was actually up before everyone else, and as you are all coming down, she's actually coming back in. Hermia, you were able to find what you were looking for.
Why should I mark it down?
You haven't had a lot of time to inspect it yourself yet, but you can go ahead and just mark it down somewhere in your inventory that you have it.
Oh no, I meant like the cost.
Oh, the
What
cost?
did you say again? Yeah.
Make a persuasion. Just make a persuasion roll for me.
Okay. Persuasion. Oh, it's not good. Only a 10.
It was 300 gold.
Okay. Like, what do you mean I haven't had a chance to inspect it yet? Where did I buy it from? Some shady alley?
You went to sort of the main market area of Trostenwald, where there's kind of like a sort of like flea market type setup going on. And you did have to get up early, and you bounced back and forth between a few different shops before you found something that you liked, and haggled quickly with it, wrapped it up, and then hurried back before everyone else woke up for the day.
But like, is it what it is, or
It is what it is. Yes.
Okay.
To see a pet gerbil or
Do
something, I'm
you-
very worried.
Want to take
so
a moment
confused.
to inspect it before you give it?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Go ahead and then make an investigation check.
Okay.
Roz gives Zana a firm pat on the back. How you doing, champ?
Fine.
Just checking. Looks over at Maeve. How about you?
Had doing good though.
Good.
24. I got a 19 plus 5.
Okay. So as you were coming back, you thought to yourself, it's a very fine clockwork specimen, but clockwork stuff usually ticks.
Oh God, you gave me a broken one?
Maybe it isn't wound or turned on or something. You're not really sure necessarily how to, but taking a look at it, you're not sure if it's broken or needs to be wound or given a battery of some sort.
Does it have like a, what do you call it? Like a key? Like, you know what I'm talking about? A little,
Or like a crank to wind it.
there you go.
Like a bit of a crank. So looking it over, I'll say with a 24, as you're looking it over, you do hear something kind of rattling around inside. So you're pretty sure that maybe a piece either needs to be repositioned or replaced.
I really wanted to give it to her today. Why are you mean to me? Why does it have to be broken?
You could still do so, because I will say I don't think that you have proficiency in the tools needed to fix this. What if you look over on the left side, bottom?
I do not.
Okay. You know one person who does.
Who?
Zana.
Oh God.
Or you could always wait till you get to another city and look into someone who could repair it. It's completely up to you.
Oh, you're a jerk. That's gonna be stupid. Like, here's a present for you, but it's broken. You have to fix it first.
There
They
we
He
go.
already
say-
doesn't like me.
They say it's the thought that counts.
Okay, yeah, that's a very Zana thing to say.
So
Probably just throw it in the trash.
Maeve, I would say that
Yeah?
you notice Hermia comes in and kind of like goes over to like a corner booth and seems to be looking at something and looks kind of upset with herself.
All right. I'll walk over and be a good person. You you
At least
okay? You're up.
you would notice this as well with your 25.
No, it's I bought something and it's broken and it's supposed to be a present, but nobody wants a broken present and
Okay. Whoa. Slow down. Slow down. What'd you buy? What for? Who?
I got something. She's not down here, is she?
She is. If you'd like
Oh,
to
God.
whisper so she doesn't overhear, make a
You-
stealth
you
check
got-
for me.
You got mind powers, remember?
Oh yeah. I always forget about that. That's a good idea. I'll say it in Maeve's head. I got a present for Zana, but it is broken.
She'll kind of look a little surprised, but nod, and she'll think back. Well, show me. What'd you get her?
Okay, I'll pull it out.
I'd just like to point out, Maeve, that you were doing the thing that you and Rosalind would yell at Kieran to do whenever she would do it.
To be fair, this is just more how I hold my head. But yes, that's
okay,
true.
Okay.
That is very true. I did think that as I was doing. I was like, well, this is gonna look funny.
It's the clockwork amulet.
Oh.
It's supposed to be like ticking like a clock, but it's not, and you can like hear like a little piece that's like clanging around in there, so it's not gonna work. It's broken.
Well, do you want to give it to her today?
I mean, I'd like to, but I don't want to give her a broken thing.
Well, we're gonna be leaving soon for more places. I'm trying to think. Listen, I'm good with tools, but even I'm not gonna chance trying to steal her tools and fix it. So
I'd probably just make it worse if I tried. Oh,
I guess you could try talking to Leo. Maybe he's got some thoughts about.
is Leo? Where is Leo?
Leo's down here as well. He's down.
Came down with Roz.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna mentally talk to Leo, be like, Leo, come over here.
It's gonna look so suspicious.
You watch as Leo's just like, kind of stands up, cracks his back a little bit, and then walks over. Yeah?
Leo, you hear in your head, subtle.
Can you fix this?
Let me take a look. And he sits down next to you and kind of rattles it a little bit.
You do a very good Lloyd
don't-
impression.
Don't break it.
I gotta look at it if you want me to
I mean,
figure out
it's
what's
already
wrong.
broken, so I don't know why I'm saying don't break it. It's already broken.
Just the way you drag out some words. It's a very good Lloyd impression.
Yeah.
I have always prided myself in doing impressions of my players, okay?
I'm very worried what my
Yeah,
impressions sound
it's
like.
very-
Well, I don't know for sure if I can. You need like jewel crafters or like tinkering tools for this. I could probably poke around a little bit with like my thieves tools, but I mean, clockwork stuff can be pretty complex, so I'm not going to promise anything.
I mean, I don't want to damage it more. It's
Then-
very like delicate.
Then you might want to look for a professional.
God damn it.
Here. I can at least do this for you. And he kind of shakes it a little bit to like see where the rattling is coming from. And then he takes out what looks like these sort of small sort of tweezer type tools from his thieves tools kit, and kind of fishes around a little bit, and then very carefully takes out what looks like two sort of small cogs that seem to be connected by a spring. And he takes your hand and drops that and goes there. And that way you don't lose the piece you need, or you know what you're looking for. So hold on to that. And then he gives you the
Hey.
amulet back as well.
Well, we may have to wait, but at least you know what to actually present.
Yeah. I don't want parts
Lloyd stands up.
broken.
All right, fine. I'll go get the horses ready. And he winks at you, Hermia.
I don't think that
Don't-
was subtle.
Oh, wait, there's a special horse we need to get. Unless, that's not still a good idea. She'll kind of glance at Zana because
Lloyd
she
goes,
was going
new
on
horse?
mission. Yes, there is a new horse that we were
Zana,
told
Zana looks at you a moment confused and goes, oh, right. No, it's fine. Go get the horse.
Well, one of us should probably go at least to grab the new horse,
Yeah,
I suppose.
Roz, the guy's wife, isn't part of the myriad. It's fine.
she gives a look like, what are you talking about? Oh. Yeah, right. Gotcha.
All right, so Leo leaves to go in, get the horse, and get the horses ready.
Uh,
Roz has been eating like the biggest breakfast.
all right. Well, I'll make sure Hermia doing okay? You good?
Oh!
Okay, you're not good. They've got a lot of fires to put out today. Well, what do you... Like I said, I mean,
I don't know. It probably was a stupid idea.
it's not stupid. Is there a reason you wanted to do it today versus, I guess, today a special thing, or is it...
I mean, if I wait too long, then the jester really doesn't mean anything. 'Cause she helped me with a technique, even though we didn't we were kind of not nice to each other. So I wanted to do something nice for her, and now I fucked it up.
You didn't screw anything up. Well, you do what you feel is right. You've got a couple of options, I guess. If you want to show it to her and explain that you can go get it fixed, or if she wants to fiddle with it herself, or you can wait and get it fixed when we get to the next town, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not good at making decisions.
Oh, I get that, but this is your thing, and I can't make the decision for you. Maybe just kind of goes. I don't know if I'm exactly in a good place with Zana either, so I don't want to tell you to do something that's also gonna put things awkwardly for you.
Are you
Olimir,
two
what should
still
I do?
talking
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
head? Okay.
Yep. Nope.
Rosalind looks at Leaf and is just like, you ever get the feeling like for once your life is just very simple in comparison? And she takes a big old bite of bacon.
What are you saying?
This one's
Hermia?
life is always simple in comparison.
I'm
to everything.
asking Fomir what I should do.
Foamir kind of
know-
grumbles a bit and goes, "If it's a gift, it's the thought that counts. Just
That's
give
just
it to her."
that's something people say when they hate something.
Then you can tell her that you know that she's good with tinkering and thought it might be a good challenge for her to restore it.
I mean, maybe.
What did he say?
He's just he's trying to be helpful, but he's just really annoyed with me.
I'm not annoyed. This is what I always sound like.
Now he's just saying that's just how his voice sounds like.
I mean, to be fair, it is a sword. There's no facial expressions.
But I guess that's true. I mean, he was already like grumbly because it took so long for me to pick something out. So he probably just wants to be done with this whole thing.
Okay, well, we'll be right here with you if she says anything mean. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it and get it over with, okay?
That a girl. Let's go. Gonna pat her back.
You have to come with me, Maeve.
Okay. Very well. She will go with her and give that very awkward smile.
I was like, I think I'm gonna have a cup of coffee with my breakfast this morning.
Yep, so you both approach Zana, who all she has in
I-
front of her is a cup of coffee, and she looks up to the two of you.
I will motion to Hermia.
She looks at you, Hermia.
I got you a present because you were nice enough to help me when I was training with Roz the other day. So I want to do something nice, but it's broken too. I didn't realize it till now, and Hermia will just like present it to her.
Did you say it broke in two?
No, it's broken.
Oh, okay. So you just kind of hold it out to her, and she looks
I
at
think,
it, then
I
back
think
up
in
to
Hermia's
you.
mind, more confidence.
I mean, it's supposed to like be help you with the fancy suiting that you do.
She reaches out and takes it out of your hands and looks at it. Do you know what's broken with it?
Oh yeah, these thingies need to go in there somewhere.
She takes the little spring from you and then fishes a little set of it looks kind of like it's a long sort of wooden, almost like a dice tray, like the long dice tray where the dice are like, set like one after the other. She kind of takes it out and opens it, and you see a bunch of different tools, very similar to the tools that Leo has, but there's some differences to them, and they're not in a dirty, wound up like leather pouch like Leo has. And you watch she like puts it into a small compartment there, closes it, puts it away, and goes, "Thank you. I'm sure I will be able to repair it." She puts the amulet away as well. Nods to you and then drops a few coins on the table and walks outside.
It was so awkward.
You did it, and I think she liked it. And
I feel
her
like
own
I'm
way
gonna
of
throw up.
saying it. Okay. How about Roz helps you with that one?
Roz is midway through like the biggest 12 egg omelet you've ever seen, and she's not stopping.
Oh my.
Okay. Sorry. Finish your thing. I have a different thing I'm doing once you're done.
So, Hermia, that was nice. That was good.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Something that is kind of up her alley and something she knows how to work with. Yeah.
It was
Thoughtful
supposed to
gift.
be not broken.
Well, you can't control that. And
I mean, I could have if I wasn't rushing to get it, but
hey, I do think in this case she understands the difference between, not trying and trying, if that makes sense.
I guess.
Hey, when I was younger, my Aunt Drea took me to a place where you were able to learn to make chainmail.
Yeah.
So I learned how to make chainmail one summer. And it was a lot of work and something I had to learn to do, but by the time I was done with it, because it was something that I had done, with her, I thought it was very cool. It was something I always pride myself on. I can make you very terrible chainmail if you ever need it. She takes another bite of her omelet.
Oh, okay.
Really neat, though.
Hermia just face plants on the table.
I rub Hermia's back. There. There,
One
there.
coffee for the Eldrin, please.
All right, so after about another 30, 40 minutes pass, eventually Leo comes back. The horses are all ready outside. You can add into your notes that you now have, was it Arabelle? Hold on, I gotta look.
Arabelle sounds right, yeah.
It might have also been Annabelle.
Maribel.
I
I
don't
thought
think
it
it was
started with an A.
Maribel.
Wasn't
It
Maribel?
definitely-
Mirabelle.
Really? I thought it was I thought it was
no,
Arabelle.
They're just saying words
Excuse me,
now.
sorry. I thought it started with an A. But maybe I misheard.
It is Arabelle.
Louisa.
Yes.
Aha!
Nice.
A golden painted Appaloosa. And
apple?
Appaloosa, yes, that's a type of horse, Hermia. Rosalind, you are reminded as you are putting stuff down for the bill that since you got the all-you-can-eat Heroes Breakfast Special, that was 5 gold.
Hell yeah.
And as you all come outside, you see that Arabelle and...
I have a question.
Yes?
The horse. Like, is it spotted all over, or is it like when the horse? It looks like the horse is like wearing pants.
It's... Yes, so a painted Appaloosa. The front side of it is mostly sort of the golden brownish color, and then its backside is white with spotted
Oh,
brown
it's wearing pants.
painted pants, yeah. Yep.
Damn.
So you see that
Never gonna see
Arabelle,
anything else now.
Arabelle and Indigo are attached to the cart, and Celtic is saddled beside it, and Leo goes, "Here you go, Rosalind."
Roz walks over towards Celtic and casts a wary glance at the horse.
He kind of
She will
snorts a
try
bit.
she will try to climb up on Celtic.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Celtic does
Celtic
not
doesn't
like her.
Roz.
What did you do to the horse?
Nothing as far as I
Oh,
can
no.
tell. 7.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you take the reins from Leo. You put your foot up into the stirrup, and you begin to hoist yourself up. And as you do, Celtic begins to walk, and you see the sign, the hanging sign near the door of the nestled nook, and
Yeah.
you are able to sort of pull yourself down and avoid your head colliding right with it. But as a result, you do get your foot stuck in the stirrup, lose your balance, and fall flat on your ass. As Celtic walks up to where there's some tall grass that hasn't quite been trimmed for a while, and just reaches down and starts munching.
Oh, Roz!
That was
Ow.
a very Hermia thing to have happened to you.
Can you get up?
I can get up.
Here, give me,
It's just
give me
my
your hand.
pride.
Give me your hand.
Get away from me.
If you
She's
don't mind,
so-
Roz, I'll take the single horse. And Zana walks up and feeds an apple to Celtic and then hops up on her.
Did you get the pears, Leo, for Arabelle?
Yeah, they're, I already fed her one. They're in the back there, though, of the cart.
Okay.
Roz goes to ride in the cart, her pride wounded.
Roz, you want to be up front?
No.
All right. Leo jumps up in front. And with that, if there's nothing else that anyone would like to do in
Why do you say it like
Crossbowald-
that?
Like what?
Are we forgetting something?
Are you?
I don't know. I had to leave early last time.
I don't think
I-
we've forgotten anything, no.
My thing I was gonna do through telekinetic conversation, so we can do it on
Oh!
the road.
Oh, I remembered what I needed to do. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
what did you need to do?
I don't want to talk to that guy.
Which guy?
Oh God, why is today I have to do all the awkward shit? This isn't fair.
I'm just seeing Hermia pulling out a list to be like, oh man, gotta check this off. I don't want to check this off.
I was gonna tell Mr. Black about my city and the people that are messing with the.
I give you Mr. Black's sending stone.
I know,
This is
but I don't talk to him.
You don't, look at it
You-
this way. You don't really have to talk to him. It's just 25 words.
Yeah, it's just
I
a
mean,
message. It's like sending a
know.
letter of
I
25
know,
words.
But I don't even know what to say.
Just write down what you want. Just write down the important information. It doesn't need to be emotional. You got
you-
this.
Can you do it for me?
How about you write down what needs to be said, and I will decide if I'm going to speak it for you.
Okay. If I say it, will you write it down for me? Because I can't do both.
Okay, I will do that for you. She gets her pad of paper and ink, and she goes, well, here we go again.
Okay.
And we'll say that
Okay.
as all this is happening too, you're all leaving Trostenwald now.
Yeah, we'll be in the
so
car
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah,
That's
The
fine.
okay.
city disappears quickly behind you, but you can see the shores of the
Oh,
Instalock
I
for
said
quite a
goodbye
bit.
to the Tide's Whimsy, by the way. I hope that's okay. I
Sure,
don't want to
that
just...
that makes
thank
sense.
you.
Yes.
We don't need to roleplay it, just saying that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mr. Black, send word to, Cynthia, unsteely court plot threatens. What is that rock called?
I didn't literally write it down. I didn't know you were meant
I
that
know I
literal.
have it down. I'm like
Oh,
mostly
okay.
talking to myself.
Yep, it's in
Okay.
your party notes. It is Venenthia Broomstone.
Unsteely plot to tamper with Venenthia Broomstone to knock it out of the sky. I don't know.
I
Please
fear
send
racist
word
things.
to. Please send word to. Yeah.
To...
them. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
5 words.
Is it? I don't know. I'm not good at counting.
I thought you wrote it down.
No, I thought you were writing it down for me.
Damn it. All right, do it again. Mr. Black.
All
I
right,
didn't know you
we'll
meant
say
literally.
that you get it pruned
Figured it out,
down
yeah.
to 25
thank you.
words and send it through.
I didn't know you meant literally. Sorry, Katie. I'll know the next time.
Who's sending it through?
I
Not
write
me.
it down for... Okay. All right. She will...
All right. So
Maeve will send a
Maeve
message.
sends it through, and a moment later, you hear Mr. Black's words. I have been given the gist of the situation from Zana. I will visit you later tonight when you camp, and we can work out the specifics.
Zahn already did it for me.
Well, you didn't hear that. Maeve did.
Oh.
Because you didn't want to send it.
Oh, is that?
You just kind of see a confused look on Maeve's face, but she will say to Hermia, sounds like Sana's already told him, and he's going to be talking to all of us tonight once we're camped.
Oh, good.
Shit, now I owe her another favor.
You don't... Oh, Fey logic. I don't think this is one of those times. This is more of a group thing. You know, you're part of the group, and this matters to everyone.
I mean, it only really matters to the city. I mean, I don't think anybody else would care if it fell out of the sky, besides
Well,
the people who live there.
Well, we're
And I guess,
saving
like,
the
if
world so he
anybody
can...
was, like, underneath the city when it happened, like, someone was, like, just passing through and just fell on them, I think they'd care. But
That'd be a
beyond that-
bummer. That's,
Yeah.
That's some garbage luck. Fair enough.
Well, either way, it's a matter of importance, and we'll be able to talk more about it tonight with him, it sounds like. I
Okay.
guess he's probably going to project himself or something.
I don't want to talk to any more people today. More
Oh.
strangers.
You are talked out. Got it.
Oh, I
Speaking
don't want
of-
to talk to any strangers.
Fair enough.
Speaking of talking, she
What?
glances at Maeve.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
What happened?
Aren't you supposed to contact you-know-who?
You know
Oh. Well, I mean, there's a lot happening right now. Maybe later. I don't want to.
We've got 4 days on the road.
Yes. Well, we'll see. Maybe one of those days, but I don't want to.
Oh,
hog
well, to be
time.
fair, I just used the sending stone, so it's not like she can
Oh,
use
we
it
have
today.
2, actually.
Well, yeah. This is.
We have the one that's just for Mr. Black.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another one? When did we get another one?
We have one that only goes to Mr.
Yeah,
Black.
we've had one for a while that only goes to Mr. Black.
That's
I
all.
had bought a general one that time you're thinking of.
Oh.
Yes.
Leo
Well-
kind of looks over his shoulder and goes, look, nobody else has a girlfriend or boyfriend or significant other they need to talk to.
Hey,
So
you don't know
it's-
Leaf's life. Leaf could
Yeah.
have a significant other.
Leaf's
This
a
one does not
machine.
have.
He's just a toy people use for pleasure, all right?
Oh my god!
The point is, we
Rude!
don't want to waste our sending stone use of the day.
Wow.
Yes.
All of you are significant to me.
Aww.
Aw.
That was very nice.
Except Leo.
Yeah, that was pretty gross
Yeah,
of you to say,
not Leo. Leo doesn't get that. Anyway, like Leo said, we don't need to waste it. It is going to be open. And
Just
if there is a
saying.
day where we don't need it, then
I don't. I
You've
feel
seen
like
those like
pursuit of
long
true love
vines
isn't
and
a
tendrils
waste.
he's used before. People have an imagination.
What? Are we talking about?
he's on
Roz
the leaf thing.
raises her eyebrows.
Oh, he's
and just-
still on the leaf thing.
Yeah.
Leo, just stop. You're gross.
Roz thinks of some novels she read back home once.
Yeah.
In any case, I appreciate your support in my endeavors, but regardless, I will wait until I know we're going to have a quiet night and figure things out from there.
Yeah, talking on the sending stone is just hard, okay? It's nerve-wracking. You don't understand.
The problem is that he'll just appear. If it was just a sending stone, that'd be easier.
How terrible that must be.
I'm not saying it's terrible.
yeah,
I'm
it's
just saying
kind of
it's
like
not.
when someone answers the phone and you don't want them to.
What's a
You
phone?
want to
Anyway,
leave a message
God, that's so real.
and they
Anyway,
answer.
damn it, you picked up. I
Wow.
hilarious. Anyway, I'm not. I know I'm not saying boo-hoo me. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to be mindful of our time and his time and everything else.
Well, she gives a look like she doesn't actually want to say what she's about to say next, but she eventually does. I thought of one other person I might be able to reach out to at some point for some help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's kind of a long shot, but so when we got here, the Oracle said that I'm not here. That's why they chose me from another timeline, right?
Right.
Well, so my thinking then was, what if I'm not here right now?
What do you mean?
Oh,
Well, when Kalishtar die, we become the quarry spirit for our quarry spirit, and they live, and then we kind of trade off.
Oh,
what if
you're saying
Rosalind's
like you're
dead right
boring-
now and Saris is alive?
Oh,
I see.
could be.
Okay. Could be. I suppose you won't. Would they, in theory, then have you, Roz, as their?
They would. If all things are held equal, they would.
Okay.
And I think if I talked to them in quarry, they would be kind of open to trusting me, even if they don't know me as I am.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, I think that's worth a try. It doesn't bother me any.
Yeah, I was afraid you'd say that. I was kind of hoping someone would say that's a shit idea, Roz.
I mean,
It's confusing, but I mean,
well,
It's
That
like
is
some
a
half
shit
wrote it.
idea, Froz.
Thank you, Leaf. You're always there for the support that I need, and I appreciate that in a friend.
what? I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
nothing happens.
Exactly.
Oh, that is the worst that could
yeah,
happen.
I was
but...
gonna. Hermia like pauses and like, wait, I can think of like
Okay.
500 different
Hey.
like worst case scenarios.
Hermia,
Maybe I'm just gonna be quiet now.
Hermia, my dear, anxiety spiraling.
Yeah, it's really bad. I don't know
I know.
why.
Oh, it's okay. You overextended a lot today, so now it's just a slippery slide down the path. It's okay. I got you. But regardless, if you want to give it a shot, there's nothing wrong with that.
She winces and holds out her hand for the stone.
She will give you the stone.
All right. Well, here goes nothing. And you hear her speak in a language that she has not spoken since she got here. It is a very airy kind of language, a lot of SH sound effects in it. But she says in quarry, thinking about her quarry spirit. Saris, This is Rosalind, but not the Rosalind of this world. In my world, you're my quarry spirit. I need your help. South of Trostenwald.
You have one more word.
Poopin'.
Oh, I thought I had that.
Oh, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I
25.
miscounted.
I think it was exactly 25.
That's fine. That's fine.
Thanks.
There's
Thanks.
a pause. Not a long one, but enough to where you realize you're forgetting to breathe
Yeah.
as you wait for the response. Is this a joke, Rosalind? That wasn't you? What's sending? You know magic? Oh. Hi, other Roz. I don't know magic yet. Will you teach? And it cuts off.
Did it sound like Saris?
Make a history check. Because it doesn't.
History check.
It doesn't sound like the Saris that you're used to hearing. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Or insight.
5.
You can add your history or your insight to it. It's up to you.
Well, they're the same.
Okay. She sounded really young.
Oh, no.
What?
Roz has a look on her face that is progressively less pleased as it goes on.
What happened? And she looks at Hermia like, nothing bad, right?
I don't know.
Well,
Did the worst happen that they said no?
they didn't say no.
Okay, what did they say?
Well, they talked to Rosalind for a moment before realizing they were responding in the spell.
Okay,
And then they asked if I would teach them magic.
interesting. It's very,
They sound like they're about 5.
oh, a child.
Yep.
So Saris is... Well, Saris exists, but they're a child.
I
Yep.
don't know if
They're
you
about-
want to drag a child into whatever business we're going into.
Rosalind kind of nods in Hermia's direction. I was nervous to drag my presumably childbearing age sisters into this. I really don't know about dragging a 5-year-old into this.
I guess you have to drag them into anywhere, but
Yeah.
at the same time...
I mean, we're not exactly like safe people to know. I'm pretty sure we're the people that parents warn their kids not to talk to.
I don't know if that's true. But
I mean, we do have a plague of eyes trying to murder us at any given moment.
Yeah, we don't know like nice people. Like,
well,
We did know nice people, but they got attacked by the plague of eyes.
yeah, they're dead or they're
I'm not
in
gonna tell you.
in a hospital.
Okay, everybody.
Oh,
Roz looks
that could be the
progressively-
worst case scenario.
Roz looks progressively more panicked about this as Hermia talks. and
I'm
it's just
sorry.
like, take yourself
I
back.
don't know what's wrong
Alright.
with me.
all right,
I'm so sorry.
all right. Everybody off the anxiety spiral. Choo choo. We're gonna stop the train. Okay, we're gonna back up a little bit. We
Miss
don't-
Roz, this one believes the worst case scenario is now the Plague of Ice is going after the one known as Saris.
Okay, Leaf, you're not helping the
I
train.
wasn't
You just
gonna
hit
say
it.
it,
Just
but-
Roz gets real fucking quiet after that and doesn't seem to want to talk anymore.
Okay, that's not
We ruined it.
okay.
Jesus.
I don't know that that's true. None of us know if any of that is true. Okay. How about you process that for a little bit, Roz, and let us know when you're ready to talk about it.
She just gives a thumbs up.
Okay. All right. Whew, more fires today. Yay. All right, she's gonna take the sending stone back and kind of look at it and go, okay, gonna leave that alone for a bit.
All right. So you continue on throughout the day. Was there any other hearts to hearts people wanted to have?
No.
Zana's probably like overhearing this all. I'm like, what the
No,
fuck?
Zana's actually now that you guys have like a second horse and she can travel a
she's
little
too
bit
far
faster.
ahead to hear us like
she's-
panicking.
She heads on quite a bit further ahead and then comes back like every hour or so, just kind of like to check in and let you know. There's a few caravans of like merchants that you pass on the way there. Why don't, if any of you think that you might ask for like, you know, news or rumors, or think that you might try to talk to anybody passing by you, I will allow 2 of you to potentially do persuasion checks if you think of, if that's something you do today.
I
Good idea, but
would ask if they've seen any Eladrin like pass through here.
Okay, so go ahead and make a persuasion check. We'll say the first ones that you end up passing is a caravan of about 3. It seems to be specifically some sort of like mercantile family. There's mostly humans, like a halfling in the front cart, and the other ones being pulled seem to just be all full of just like wares and stuff like that.
I got. Hold on, I can do this. 27.
27. Okay, so yeah, you kind of flag them down, and you know Leo comes to a stop, and they all come to a stop as well, and they're like, "Hail, well met."
Hi. Have you
Come in-
seen any like a big group of Eladrin like in the area recently?
Well, we've just been traveling up from the Wuyan Gate. So nope. You're actually the first folk we've seen coming from Trostenwald. Any news of the road yourselves?
Is there news? I don't know if there's news.
There was a wall made of Fey power that we have destroyed.
Oh yeah, it's not there anymore, so you're good.
Oh, well that's good to hear. Well, if you're heading south, then I'm sure the soldiers at the gate will be happy to see true heroes like yourself. Happy travels.
Bye.
And they take off.
Yeah, I'm done. I said I wasn't gonna talk to any more strangers, and I didn't have.
And
I
immediately
did.
talks to
Honestly,
strangers.
Maeve is very proud of you, Hermia. You're really pushing out of these boxes.
Yes.
Before long, Hermes gonna be the face of the party.
I know. Excited.
No, I don't want that.
All right. Well, eventually you. No, I saw your mouth open. Were you gonna say something, Maeve? You have
I mean,
four.
I
You
do
have.
shape.
You have 4 days of travel. You don't have to do it today if you don't want to.
I mean, I was gonna do it ASAP as it felt very relevant, but I
Okay.
can wait.
No, it's
Okay.
completely on you. So at one
All right.
point, when Zana comes back to report what's going on, what would you like to
Okay.
say?
But she's gonna use the mind thing because I don't think she'd want this said out loud because I
Okay.
wouldn't.
Okay.
But she is at some point going to say telepathically, "Hey, I know you didn't come back last night. I am sorry for making you uncomfortable. I just want you to know I'm not mad, no hard feelings at all. I just felt that'd be important to let you know."
So what all of you see, Zana comes back trotting up on Celtic, reports that the road's still clear for probably about the next hour or so, turns to take off again, and kind of slows to a small trot so she doesn't get too far away suddenly. Maeve, there's a bit of a pause. I assumed there wouldn't be. We're both adults.
Is that all she says?
She's still at the same pace.
Okay. She'll wait. Oh, she's waiting for me.
Maybe. You're not
Oh.
sure. It's hard to tell from here, so if you want to say something, go ahead.
She'll just say, "Yeah, I just want to make sure to clear the air. I'm confused, but I'm not gonna push you if you don't want to talk about it right now. So, just know if you ever do, I'm here to listen.
I don't normally drink like that. I can hold my own and have a high tolerance given what I do for work sometimes. But the night got away from me. We'll blame Roz for that. But her cleansing at the end of the night also helped me get my perspective back, so I guess she's off the hook.
Gotcha. Well, for what it's worth, I enjoyed our time.
And you watch as she kicks the back of Celtic and takes off running again.
Just kind of lets out a big sigh and sits against the cart.
All right. Rosalind,
Yes.
you hear in your head,
Oh, God.
is this alien, Roz? This is
Alien
Saris.
Roz.
I stole my neighbor's magic stone. Is this working? Come in. Roz, come in. Over. Roz, I don't know if it's And it cuts out.
Oh no.
Ron has been very quiet for most of the day. But at that, you see her look up and then just start laughing for a moment as she tries to think of what to say back.
Everything okay?
This is Alien Roz. She's speaking in Quarry, to be fair, though. This is Alien Roz. You really shouldn't steal things from other people, but are you all right? Are you happy, comfortable, safe? Let me know when you can. I'll
Cuts
reach
off
out tomorrow.
You got cut off at let me know when.
Okay.
And no other message comes through.
Obviously not.
Okay.
Jesus.
You all right there? Do you share with us what happened?
Yeah, she goes, apparently Exandria, Saris stole their neighbor's sending stone to send a message to me.
Oh, well, you certainly got their interest.
Oh. Yep, apparently.
Hmm.
This is, I'm gonna remember this if I ever get home and see my Saris again. Because, they were very against me stealing anything ever.
Well, perhaps you have to support each other lifetime after lifetime on that.
We always have.
Mm.
Or so they say. I can't remember them all, but they can.
So eventually the sun begins to set and you make up camp for the night. And as you get a fire going and darkness takes Wildemount, Zana stands up and goes, he'll be here shortly.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yep. Yes. And
Oh, good.
And-
Raza,
As Hermia says that and begins to panic, a wisp of wind blows through the camp. A small little trail of dust off the road. And then, in the blink of an eye, Zenithal is standing there before you, illuminated by the campfire.
Hermia hides behind Roz.
Second chances.
evening, Zenithal.
Heard you did some good work in Trostenwald.
I assume you heard about what we learned.
Not a lot. Zana can only send about as much as what you can with a sending stone, so she simply said that Hermia may need some help contacting home.
Yeah. Well, we found a point where the Feywild is interceding into our world. It's not anymore. We've closed it since, but we also found evidence of a plot there.
Just out of curiosity, did you close it with traditional magic, or did your oracle abilities allow you to. Curious if it works on portals
We
other
tried
than
dispelling
those.
it, and it didn't work. But
We
I
had
tried
to-
using the oracle power, and it worked.
But we
Interesting.
had to break the frame of the portal first. It had to be.
Well, actually, I don't know. It's not like we could test it.
I thought we had to break the frame of it before we could use our oracle power
Oh,
on it.
I thought like I thought like we had to like dispel it to close it, but that wasn't like.
So
I didn't-
normally, if it's rooted with a frame, as you mentioned, that usually reinforces it in some way. Doesn't always prevent it from being dispelled, but if you can destroy the frame, it makes it easier. But still,
Oh,
it's
I just got lucky then.
interesting that the powers don't just affect those that are related to this architect. Anyway, my apologies. This plot you've uncovered.
I'll let Hermia
Oh,
describe it from
God.
there. It was a lot of very technical things that I don't understand.
I have the rubbings too.
Oh yeah, we did write that down.
I made sure we did. Not us, but Paula.
There was an arcane formula. It looked like they were trying to figure out how to depower the brimstone that causes my city to float.
Broomstone, yes.
Yeah.
You said you have a copy of this formula?
Yep.
Made a copy.
Well, no, we had a friend who made it, but I.
Oh yeah, cause she did it really quick. Yeah.
Yes.
He holds out his hand. May I?
I just make sure everyone's okay with it. No.
Hermia shrugs like.
I give it to him.
He'll
Right.
do more with it than we will.
Yep.
Yes, agreed.
So he takes and kind of flips through the pages a bit, then takes out a book of his own, puts it under his arm, says something under his breath, and kind of just like waves his hand out in front of him. And you watch as a light blue, almost like made out of stars, celestial sort of like platform appears before him, and he lays the two books on it. And says a few more things, takes a inkwell out of his pack and sort of sets it between them. And then you watch as the inkwell, the ink from it begins to rise out and kind of swirls around the pages that you gave him, Maeve, and then jumps over to his book and begins to copy it down. And the pages
Ooh, an
flip.
arcane photocopier.
The pages flip one at a time until it's all copied, and he hands it back, the book back to you, Maeve. Puts the inkwell away, dispels the desk, and then, snapping his fingers, a little bead of light appears above him. And he just kind of starts flipping through it and looking. And if no one asks or says anything, you all sit here in silence as he takes a look at it.
Roz goes back to trying to repair the dagger she was given. It's probably mostly restored at this point.
So this is
Forget-
interesting. It doesn't seem like whoever is coming up with this had formal training in the arcane, but they are very experienced, so a powerful Fey being is likely what's behind it. And yes, this looks like it could be quite disastrous for Venentia.
Are you able to send word to the city somehow?
I can. The Cerberus Assembly isn't on the best of terms with your Eladrin city.
No, they're not on the best of terms with anybody.
I could utilize some of my contacts, but I can't guarantee that they'll take it seriously. And I have no real way of confirming anything beyond the message reaching someone.
Yeah, they're not gonna really take me seriously if it comes from me, so your effort is slightly better than mine.
Then I will see what I can do.
Roz whispers to
Thanks.
Maeve, "These guys sound like dicks."
Maeve shrugs. She's like, yeah, it sounds complicated than what I'm used to.
Just for the heck of it, make a stealth check for me, Rosalind, as you whisper that.
Stealth, huh?
Yep.
My best.
We're gonna use the mind powers, man.
You know what? Dirty 20.
Xanatal goes, what was that, Rosalind?
I said these guys sound like dicks.
I mean, the majority of them are. So,
She gives a thumbs up.
She shrugs.
I'll do what I can.
I appreciate it.
Regardless, I see that you are heading south, I assume into the Menagerie Coast.
Currently, yes.
We're taking your advice.
And how has your mission been going otherwise?
Oh, we haven't seen a portal since the last time we talked.
Nothing new to report, I'm afraid, on that front.
I've put a few of my own little birds out to see if there's any whisperings of strange red portals and monsters flowing from them, but so far there has been nothing.
That's probably good news.
I have concerns that my home may become a site to one.
Why is that?
Well,
Uh-oh.
I have reason to believe that, well, there's been a great exodus of pallid elves, which is highly unusual and great change, even if it was accidentally caused by me. So, I do wonder if it's perhaps, it's going to be very, very far, obviously, from here. We were literally retracing my old steps to even get to Rexentrum, but it's just something I've been considering.
Well, by that logic, the Great Change could also crop up wherever it is that your pallid kin are heading to. After all, as the first pallid elf to leave, you yourself have ushered in a bit of change wherever you've gone.
Perhaps. Last I heard, they were going up to where we were in Bicey Tile, but that's only the few that I met. I suppose if we meet more on the way, it's something to consider.
I might give you something to think on.
Yes?
From what I understand, and the bit that Zana's told me, the portals are more likely to open around you, and opening them must take energy or power from this force, this architect. We know they're based on the energy of great change. Why risk allowing portals to open elsewhere? If you enact your own great change, you can bait them out. Something to think about. It gives you a bit of degree of control over the situation.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Also requires us to find places where we can enact great change without, well, screwing everything up.
I suppose it also gives us a thought to, well, be mindful of where we go.
Yeah.
Well, the Menagerie Coast is a place I'm sure you will find plenty of opportunities, unlike the Empire. It's a bit more, let's just say the politics are an exciting game along the coast. Instead of it all coming under one rule, like here in the Empire under King Dwendal, each of the cities sort of form a city-state, the Clovis Concord. Each of them ruled over by a Marcus, and they rule in tandem mostly with one another, an uneasy alliance between them.
Braz like blinks. Oh, hey, will I be able to show my symbol of Avandra there and not get in trouble?
Yes.
Huh.
I'll be able to, once we pass the gate, to wear my pin again.
Oh.
Yes, outside of the Empire, it's a much freer place. Well, if there's nothing else,
And a pleasure as always.
and he's gone.
See, Hermia? Not so bad.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Still gives me the creeps, though.
Well, that's
Yeah,
fair.
he does do that.
That's fair. Well, we'll all be there together for it.
He starts giving you a hard time, I'll stab him.
All
I
right,
mean,
let's,
I
let's-
wouldn't
let's-
go that far.
Let's not do that. Let's not solve.
Zana laughs.
Roz gives her a big thumbs up. She's pretty excited about it.
Right.
All right. So everyone divvies up watches for the night. It passes by uneventfully, but if there's anyone that anyone would like to speak with for the night, we can say that you took watches together, and you may do so.
I want to talk to Leaf.
All right.
Yeah. I was gonna say someone needs to talk to Leaf.
Leaf
I
and
was
Hermia
planning on it.
take a watch together then. So
Dun,
with
dun,
everyone
dun.
else sleeping, go ahead.
Hey, Leaf,
Yes.
have you been doing okay?
Yes.
You haven't been very talkative lately.
This one has determined that the best way to avoid having your friends leave is by keeping them at a distance.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a right to me, but I mean, these are the first friends that I've had, like, for real, so I don't know if I'm the best one to give you advice on this.
You hear from where Zana is. It's a good way to go about it.
I
Yes,
mean,
this is what known as the Zana.bat model.
oh. I mean, I guess, like, it's true. If you close the door, like, you lessen the opportunity of people hurting you, but it also, like, it doesn't leave you open for opportunities for good things either. Does that make sense?
No, please elaborate.
Oh, God. Well, like, yeah, you can keep people at a distance. And, that kind of, like, reduces the chance of, like, it. I mean, actually, no, it's gonna hurt either way if they leave, and the chance of them leaving is always going to be there. But, I mean, like, it closes you off from, like, creating, like, new happy memories with the people around you. I'm sorry, I'm bad at this. I wish Maeve took this watch. Hermia just, like, cries.
Did you say she just starts crying?
Yes. It's been a hard day, okay?
Under the Zana.bat model, if you had not tried to attempt to create a better relationship with this one, then you would not be crying and be hurt right now.
I mean, I'm not hurt by you. It's just today was just rough, buddy. I mean,
This one understands.
I mean, back home, I didn't have a lot of opportunities to really talk and interact with, like, a whole bunch of people. Like, yeah, I was at school and, like, at like, social functions. Like, it was just best if I didn't open my mouth, because every time I did, it was this whole big thing. Like, I somehow offended someone or embarrassed my family somehow. So after a while, I just kind of, like, would just smile and nod. That's what you do with the fancy occasions, just smile and nod, and then eventually it'll be over. But now out here, I have to, like, talk and interact with, like, people on a daily basis, and it's just exhausting. Like, nobody prepares you for that. You probably have no idea what I've been talking about.
This one is trying to process all of the information you are spewing.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing that, just word vomiting.
Apologies. It is overloading my RAM.
Oh, God. I can't even talk to Lee without screwing up. I'm sorry.
Oh dear.
It is okay. Also, you do not need to get this one a broken piece of a souvenir.
Oh, God. I knew it was a bad gift.
It is the thought that counts.
That's just what people say.
Presumably, people say it, so that way, that mean it is true?
I guess. I mean, it's just something people just say to, like, make the other person feel better, but really they're just like, why did you get me this piece of garbage?
In this one's experience, there are two kinds of people in the world. Ones who are happy with the gift that you got them, and the other ones that act as though you said. Which one do you think Zana is?
I don't know. I mean...
Please hold momentarily.
Oh,
and
God.
Leaf is going to hold its...
Oh, my God.
Leaf is going to... Leaf holds its fingers to its head and is going to send Zana a message telepathically and says,
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Mistress Zana, are you appreciative of any gift that you have received, or are you the type that requires the gift to have some sort of actual use?
Oh, no.
Also, wake up.
What?
I am awake, she says out loud. Hermia's whining could wake the dead. You're supposed to be on watch and paying attention, not potentially drawing people towards us.
Oh, God. I can't even take watch like normal.
This one has sensors in the back of its head.
Yeah. Oh, God. This day is the worst.
Also, Miss Zana, you have avoided this one's question.
It's 'cause
Yes,
she
I
hates
have.
it. Oh.
It appears that we do not know Miss Zana's true intention, Hermia.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Ugh.
So eventually, your watch comes to an end, and Hermia, as you are laying down to try to go to sleep, you hear Zana in your head. I do appreciate the gift. It's the first time anyone's given me one.
It's so sad.
Does she say that out loud?
No.
Did you say that back to her?
No.
Okay.
I think she accidentally thought she was thinking it in
Yeah.
its sense.
A minute later, if you tell anyone, I will hurt you.
That's fair. My lips are sealed.
That's psychotic.
So, you all wake up the next morning and get back on the road. Rosalind, would you like to try to mount Celtic again?
Why do you say it like that?
I mean, that is the right
What
term.
That is the
hell?
correct verbiage.
It just
no.
sounds terrible.
I would
Gonna
not
say
care.
favor.
I'm gonna sell that horse first chance. I get.
Listen,
We've got two. We don't need Celtic. anymore.
Leo goes,
Lester-
you are not going to sell any of my horses.
Lester is ready to go, need I remind you.
That's true.
He is ready to go.
I
What,
do
to
wanna
kill
talk
Luster or to kill Celtic?
No, I meant to be ridden.
Oh, okay. I thought you're like, Luster can eat an entire horse now.
I
I mean, he probably can, but
you'd have to kill it first.
All right. So, back on the road for the day.
I did want
Um,
to talk to Maeve today.
Sure, go for it.
Maeve.
I need to start charging. Yeah.
So, I talked to Leaf because I noticed he's been quiet lately, and I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure he's okay. But I made it worse.
What do you
Oh
mean? you made it-
God.
What do you mean you made it worse?
He said that he's like trying to distance himself so that we don't leave him.
Oh, I see.
And I tried to be like, telling him that's not like, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, that's really not like a what do you call it? A healthy way, a healthy approach. And I just made it worse. I
What-
kind of like spiraled really bad with anxiety, and then I started crying, and yeah.
Well, what did I hear? What you did? What did he say and do in response?
He said that like my reaction was just proof that his approach was correct.
Leaf is a very logical-minded creature. person. And he doesn't really understand, I think, that when you are reacting emotionally, that is actually making it worse by him pulling away. She kind of looks at the group. There's a lot of people who seem to think that pulling away is the best approach.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't know either of you if I had just, like, you know, closed myself off and not, like, I guess, decided to stick around. I could have just fucked off and done my own thing.
I mean,
Probably would have gotten killed, but
we all could have done that. I used to do that when I was back home. Probably weird to realize that now, but I was not like this at home. I was much more like Zana in some ways.
I mean, I was just too
but-
scared, so I never put myself in that kind of situation.
That's fair. Still, I don't think you necessarily made it any. Let me put it this way. Anything like this, I believe, can be repaired. It takes, person. What I'm trying to say is that you're not screwing up as far as that this is forever broken, or that he's forever broken in some way.
I just don't want him to be sad.
That's fair, but one of the hardest things I've had to learn is that we can't control if he's sad, but maybe this is a sign that we should be, like, sitting with him sad.
Oh, be sad together?
Kinda, or just, I don't know,
Solidarity, sadness!
solidarity, sadness, or even just letting him be sad but still with us.
I guess.
Maybe this is the sign that we should be doing things that maybe Leaf likes.
We should go fishing.
He did like fishing.
He did.
We could ask him if he wants to go fishing at the next. I don't know when we're gonna have water. I guess when we get to Nicodranus, we could at least ask him if he wants to do that.
I come across a pond or a lake.
That's fair. What about
Do
you, ask
you
him?
guys want to try and keep an eye out for any bodies of water? On your map, there's no, like, large bodies
Yeah,
like the Ustalak
I was
or
just
anything.
noticing that. I was like, well, we
But-
can't trust you all, but
You can potentially keep an eye out for smaller ponds or lakes around the area.
I think that's not a bad idea. Why don't we do that and see if we can't get Leaf to, if he's gonna be sad, he can be sad while fishing.
Okay. Why don't you and Hermia give me a perception check each?
You got it.
Such 21.
I dropped my die. What did I roll? 17, so Hermia got better with a 21.
All right. So after about a couple hours of traveling in the morning, probably somewhere around 1 or 2 o'clock, Hermia, it's actually you who does notice a bit of a dip off on the horizon. And sure enough, it does look like there might be a small little lake or pond, maybe half an hour's travel off the road.
I pointed out to Maeve.
Let's present it. Who
Okay.
wants to go fishing?
I do!
No, but I'll go swim.
Okay. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Leaf?
This one will continue to stay with Zana.
Well,
Zana's
how-
not here. She goes up like about an hour ahead of you on Celtic to scout out the road.
Why
This
don't
one
you join
will
us?
remain here to let Zana know.
It's group bonding time!
Leo looks
Oh.
back and goes, Zana will see where we are when she comes back. You can go fishing. Spend
You don't
time
have to
with your
fish.
family, Leaf.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you head off-road. And it's a nice wide open field, so you don't have to worry too much about, like, the cart wheels or anything like that, being ruined. And the horses seem happy to be able to graze. But sure enough, you come upon a small little pond here. Seems to be naturally formed and kind of out of the way. there's a bunch of sort of cattails and like leaves and stuff sticking up out of it on one side. But there's a nice sort of little area, little clearing among some of the trees and the bushes and foliage that's growing around it that you can sit down, and no one has fishing poles.
We don't need it.
Okay.
We got Leaf.
We got Leaf and Luster.
So, Roz, you're going to try and go swimming?
Yep.
How deep is this pond?
I mean, yeah, is it deep enough to swim in?
It's not clear enough to sort of see to the bottom. It's a bit sort of kind of like a bluish sort of green. There's a decent amount of sort of algae and stuff in here, but you can certainly dip your toe.
I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Leaf, are you ready?
Roz was definitely planning to, but you see her just like start reattaching her armor. She's like, no.
Yes.
Okay. Your way of fishing is so cool.
It's,
You have to show us again.
Yeah, Luster is.
I was busy setting up a shrine last time.
That's true. Roz,
You missed it!
Luster is sitting next to the water, and he's like down in like pounce mode, his butt like shaking back and forth, and he keeps like looking back at Leaf.
He's ready for you.
Okay. What was my method of fishing again?
You cast moonbeam. Well, you went into the water as a fish.
Yeah.
And use like animal friendship or something like that, or speak to animals to like round the fish up, and then you jumped out and moonbeamed them.
That's what you did.
It was funny.
It was pretty great.
Okay. Oops. Did I just click that? No. Guess I'll hop in the water, and I'm going to turn into a fish and look around for other fish.
All right, make a perception check.
$30.
God damn it.
Nat 20 for a 30.
So, hopping in and swimming around in here, there aren't actually any fish in this pond, but there is a very active and overpopulation of frogs.
Frog.
Are we in the Q marsh?
Okay.
And
Leaf
you
is
would know
going-
that people eat frogs as well.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah.
There's frogs legs.
Yeah.
Leaf is going to do its best to kind of corral as many and all the frogs as it can into like one general area.
Make a persuasion check. At disadvantage, unless you actually have like a speak with animals type spell you want to utilize.
Well, yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I'll use
All right, then
ring
straight
of
roll.
animal influence with that.
Yep, straight roll.
So, with persuasion.
Yep.
Shit.
You can channel me.
No.
14. Okay.
Four.
Yeah, so you kind of swim around and start to like kind of go around them and corral them and speak to them in your fish language. And not a lot of them, but there you get maybe like, 7 to 15 frogs that start like, and you guys all start noticing these frogs hopping into the water and like swimming around.
They're not red, are they?
They're not red, no.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Thank the goddess.
All right, and then after I get like a nice big flock of them, I'm going to
Flock
once
of
again-
frogs.
flock of frogs, murder of frogs. I'm going to use my ring of animal influence to cast fear on the frogs and fear them into Luster.
It's actually an army of frogs.
It is.
if you
I
can
just looked it
believe
up myself. Yeah. Mhm.
The army of frogs.
That's so weird.
Okay. you use the fear on the frogs, and they're frogs, so they all fail, and you all watch as basically the frogs just start darting off in every direction, jumping out of the pond as well. Quite a few of them go over towards Luster, and he kind of looks a bit surprised and shocked at first because he was
This
hoping...
is like something out of a horror movie.
Because, yeah, he was hoping for fish, but he kind of shrugs and goes over and bites one and chews it up and shrugs again and then chases after some more of them.
This wasn't what happened last time, Roz.
Well, there were fish last time, not frogs, but you get the picture.
I feel like
He's gonna
you put a lot
pop
of
out.
people out of business.
I agree.
And say, although I am unable to speak in this fish form, this one wants to know if you are catching many frog legs.
Luster definitely is.
Luster's very excited.
Yeah,
He's
Luster
very
comes up to
pleased.
Maeve with a mouthful of disfigured and dismembered frogs and just, like, lays them down at your feet and smiles up at you with his tag wiggling back and forth.
No, good boy. Good boy.
He nudges them closer to you.
I'm gonna have to cook these, buddy. I can't eat them like this, but thank you.
He nods.
Safely.
That was cool.
That was
Good job, Leaf.
Do you pack up the frogs to cook later, Maeve?
sure. Why not?
All right. So we'll say that this probably took you about half an hour, 45 minutes. By the time you get back out to the road, Zana's kind of just coming up and, like, cocks an eyebrow at all of you.
Just having fun with the pond. Frog legs.
Greetings, Zana. Do you like frog eggs?
Legs.
Legs.
They'll do in a pinch.
Well, do I have great news for you? She holds up the frog leg.
Leaf is going to shrug and walk over to Zana and then pinch her.
What?
What? Ow!
Leaf, I don't think that's what she meant.
Oh,
Oh, it'll
goddess.
do in a pinch. She rolls her eyes and takes off back down the road.
Ha 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 ha. That was a joke.
Roz actually does laugh.
Yeah, so does Maeve. You know what?
That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Thanks for helping us catch some frogs, Leaf.
No problem. This is teamwork.
That's true.
It is.
Teams gotta work together.
Leo goes, you know, if we were to fight an undead centaur, you think that would be beating a dead horse? Oh, come
Only if we
on!
won.
Leaf can tell jokes, but I can't?
Roz laughs.
Oh, okay. Thank
She
you.
does. She does.
Maeve just rubs her temples.
It's a good
I'm
day.
so hungover.
I mean,
it's the next
like-
day.
A centaur is like a sentient race, though, right?
That was mildly racist, correct?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
So-
but sooner than later, we're gonna have a reverse beating a dead Roz if Celtic keeps putting up what she's doing. It's gonna be very sad.
Celtic has been behaving herself for Zana.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Must be nice
So-
being the DM NPC.
You continue your journey, and about the same time that it had happened last night, you hear in your head, Roz.
Yeah.
Alien Roz, they found out. I'm in Western in Teldori. Come visit me. No, give it back. I wasn't done. I only have 20. And it cuts off.
Parents found it. Or somebody, I don't know. Or the neighbor.
Why does
So,
every
if they
child
had-
NPC sound like me?
If they had the stone taken from them, if I send a message back, will it go to the person who took it or will it go to them?
So first, let me go ahead and address Katie. The fact that you think every child in this game sounds like you says more about you than it does about me.
Oh, I don't inspire you at all?
And secondly, the way that you know about how the spell works is it goes back to the person who sent the
Who
message.
sent the spell? Okay, great.
They just won't be able to talk back.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably for the best that they got their stone back. I'm on Wildemount, Is it Wildemount or Wildemount?
Wildemount.
Wildemount. Yeah. So it says I'm on Wildemount.
You
Are you
have
done?
9 words left.
None less. Yep. Okay.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. When I come to Taldore, I'll find you.
You have 1 more word. If you want it.
Every
Okay.
time. No, that's all.
You also still have your sending stone for today if somebody
Yes.
wanted to use it.
I look at Ross and I hold it out.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Just offering.
So you continue on, and the road is pretty eventless. As the sun begins to set, you decide to set up camp again for the night. Anything that anyone wanted to do?
Roz has something she wants to say to Leaf tonight.
We'll say that Rosalind and Leaf are going to take a watch together, unless you wanted to say it in front of everyone.
No, it's fine. We can take a watch together. We got to split up. One of us has to be up with Hermia and Leaf at all times.
Yep. Yep. I'll take the Hermia watch tonight.
All right.
All right.
Love you.
So you guys are going to go a whole day and just waste a use of the sending stone? It's fine. I just want to make sure is all.
I
Why are you
can't.
trying to like make us feel bad?
Listen, Maeve has no excuse. Talk to your boyfriend.
I'm trying to not. I had a whole session where I got to be drunk. I'm trying to spread the love a little.
We're good.
This one will take the sending stone.
All right.
Oh.
Are you gonna use it?
Stop letting her put her problems off.
I love it.
Okay, Leaf?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to wait until the watch. to
Oh,
use it.
fair enough.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So, yep, everyone goes ahead for the night and
Mhm.
begins to take their watches. Rosalind, Leaf, you are up for your watch.
So as they're kind of just up overnight, Roz will glance over. Not as good as this as some
Can't
people in the
be
party, but
Worse than me.
tell me about Dr. Fernelius.
Dr. Fernelius has red hair, is a doctor, and created this one.
Was she nice to you?
Sure.
You
No,
don't
from-
sound certain.
From what you remember, Leaf, yes, she was very kind.
Okay. Yes.
Do you hope to see her again someday?
That is a silly thing to ask because Dr. Fernelius is dead.
I'm sorry. Do you treasure the memories you have of her?
This one does not have many memories remaining of Dr. Fernelius, though this one would wishes it was able to retain more.
But they are there. I remember you talking about them before the incident. And you clearly do treasure the ones that you do still have. If Dr. Fernelius had subscribed to Zana's theory, you wouldn't have any of those memories. She had just pulled away. Sometimes when we put ourselves out there to try to be close to people, it's not just for how it affects us. It's for what we have to offer to others.
Apologies. This one is finding some logical holes in your argument. This one does not have many memories of Dr. Fernelius interacting with other people. Therefore, Dr. Fernelius created this one as well as others for companionship. Therefore, Dr. Fernelius must subscribe to the Zana.bat model.
I think, Leaf, that you are proof beyond all else that that's not true. I think if she did, you would be a very different person than you are.
This one has not enough processing power to consider the possibility of a different Leaf.
I think about it sometimes with me. If I hadn't been adopted by my mother, what would I have turned out like? I don't think I'd be a good person. I think I would only think about myself. I think I would only do what I had to do to survive.
This one believes that is, once again, inaccurate.
Oh.
Do you believe that so much of your personality and your mannerisms come directly from the people that you interact with?
She thinks about it for a moment before she nods. I think we're all a product of who we interact with and how. Sometimes we interact with people who mean us harm, and sometimes we interact with people who want good for us. And while there is a degree of you are who you are when you're born, the wonderful thing about people is that we do grow and change. And sometimes we change for better, and sometimes we change for worse. So you should always value the people around you who make you a better person. I've always tried to.
Rosalind, make a persuasion check for me, please.
Don't know what it's for, but I'm spending inspo.
It feels important.
It feels relevant. Boom. At dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice.
Okay, thanks. Continue.
What is this for?
I don't know, but I'm worried.
I'm gonna throw up.
All right.
Do you believe that it is through all of your personal collections that you've retained your fascination with dishware? Or with, or if you did not have all your friends among you, would you not be wearing your plate armor?
Thank you. I need to know what the pun was because I missed it.
Roz again laughs, and she thinks, I feel like, I don't know, if not for the people I knew in my life, I guess I'm like you in a lot of ways. It's hard to even fathom it. You're a good friend, Leaf. Don't ever believe otherwise. And I'm sorry that Kieran's not here. I miss her too.
Leaf is going to hold up the sending stone and send a message to Kieran saying, "This one and Rosalind miss you."
Aww. The whole party does. It's rude.
No, you guys didn't say it, so you don't get to be part of it.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. I know. It's fine.
You
Oh,
hear back.
oh, that-
I miss you too, buddy.
Mm.
Think about y'all every day. But don't worry, I'm safe. You stay safe too. And with that, your watch continues uneventful. Eventually, the two of you find rest as the next watch is taken. Rosalind.
Oh. Trying to find out if that 20 paid off or not.
You turn restlessly.
Must be light and shadow.
You awake. Can you describe to us what your room back in Vino looks like?
Yeah. If you would think of a girl who's obsessed with knights and soldiers, that's kind of what it is. She's probably got varying degree armor and like weaponry on the walls that are varying degrees of realism. Some of them are definitely real that were probably given to her by family, and some of them are definitely fakes that she just thought looked cool and bought. She's got a small bookshelf that's got a series of books on it that all seem to be by the same author. And outside of that, she has a bed with a lot of blankets on it, and it is a bed that looks a bit too big for the room, as if maybe she grew more than anyone realized she was going to.
You smell cookies baking in the air. You hear the laughter of a woman from downstairs. You can't put that much flour in it. That's why yours never come out right. And then the familiar laugh of a halfling.
Oh boy.
What do you do?
Roz is gonna kind of like stagger and sit up and look herself over.
You're you.
Am I me with like, do I have like my wolf pauldron? Am I me as I was when I was sleeping?
No, you look like you just woke up in your bed.
Oh boy. She's gonna get out of bed and do I look about my same age?
Yep.
Okay. She'll get out of bed then and go over towards the door and start to make her way downstairs.
You grab the door handle and twist and go to open, but it won't budge. Look how quickly you succumb to nostalgia.
Oh.
It's pathetic. It's weak. Turning around, you see Shadow standing in your room.
Oh, is that so?
I've come to tell you that we're done playing games, little girl.
Who's playing?
I will show you that this life isn't meant for the weak, one way or another.
Anytime you want. Anytime, any place.
Oh, no. You had your chance to prove yourself and stop this. Whatever happens next, I want you to remember that you didn't have what it takes to prevent it.
Bring it.
You snap back awake at the camp. Fire crackling in embers. Zana seems to be the only one awake right now.
She kind of like sits up and looks around. And she's going to grab her sword and shield and kind of go do a quick patrol.
There's nothing out there.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
My sister just paid me a visit. Not the one who likes me.
Is this the one that I saw?
Yep. And she is pissed.
Well, there's not much advice I can give you. Never had siblings before.
Well, they are, well, all of mine hated me at the start, but 2 of them come around. She puts her sword and shield back down, goes to sit by the fire. Even just for a moment, I got to see my home, though. That was nice.
Still have an hour before we have to get on the road if you want to go back to sleep.
I don't think I'm gonna sleep. I think I'd much rather think about home for an hour. And she just nestles down to look up at the stars and think about home.
And the rest of it passes uneventfully, in silence. And everyone else awakes, and you get on the road for the day once more. Anyone that you'd like to talk to? Any conversations you'd like to have? You're about halfway to the Wuyon gates now. By the end of the next day, you should make it there.
Nice. No, I think.
Don't believe I have anything important.
Okay. Maeve, did you want to try and talk anyone else into using the sending stone today?
Of course, every day. She will ask what Leaf was using it for, because she likes to know. I don't know if Leaf's going to share, though. That's okay.
Roz talks to you in her mind. They sent a message to Kieran.
Mm.
Kieran as well.
Glad to hear it. Oh. Yeah, she gonna try to pass it off.
All right, fine. Hand it up here. I'll use it, Maeve, Leo says from the front.
Oh, great. Who do you have to talk to?
Hey,
I'm
Kaylin,
teasing.
this is Leo. Maeve needs a booty call tonight.
She's gonna try to grab it from him.
You did not just do that!
Roz grabs Maeve and holds her fast.
He holds it back. That's all he says, and he holds it
Oh,
back.
okay.
He hands it back.
Oh, I'm going to kill you when we're off this road, Leo.
He says that he should have some time. He'll be around camping time.
Roz high fives Leo.
Leo high fives back.
Oh, my lord. You are all the worst. You're all the
Could
worst.
have
I
absolutely
didn't do
prevented that.
anything!
What have you learned?
What have I learned?
Yeah.
I've learned not to trust any of you with the sending stone unless you're telling me who you're talking to.
Is it just me, or is Sarah blushing too?
Am I? Ah,
I'm not
shit.
sure. I'm not
I
sure if I
mean,
can tell it or
probably.
not.
Probably. I get red in the face. I have my father's genes, and I get red in the face extremely easily. It's also really hot in this room, which doesn't help. But yeah, probably.
Maeve,
Maybe
it's
at
really
least
hot
show
in this
people that
wagon all
wanna
of a
see
sudden.
You. I
What'd
mean,
you
that's
say?
kind of like romantic.
Her eye just twitches.
I don't have anything like. Yeah.
Talk to your boyfriend.
Not my boyfriend.
Yet.
Who said that?
Leo.
There.
Her eye just twitches again. Listen, I appreciate that you were all so concerned for me.
I mean, it's like I can't have it, so it's like I'm living vicariously through you.
Oh boy, okay.
Leo's like, Hermia, what about the drow, Clay, that we met back at the ruins? He was India.
You did
He
message
was?
him. You did message him.
Yes, he was. You couldn't
Oh.
tell?
He
No.
approached you at night to try to talk about things without talking about it. Yeah, that sounds about right for, how awkward people convey feelings. Yes.
Oh.
But-
How do you tell?
It's extremely hard. I feel like I'm better at telling on others than I am with myself.
Oh.
Roz nods sagely behind her.
Well, I
But-
mean, I could, but isn't it I checked in and I made sure got out of the city okay. Is it gonna be weird if I talk to him again after? I don't know how long has it been. Like, is there like a time limit?
No, I mean, we are saving the world.
We're busy.
He's been traveling too. I'm sure, he's probably back home by now.
To be fair, I mean, the worst you're going to get is what you believe is already happening, which is that he's not interested.
I mean, I just don't like being an inconvenience.
You're not
Like-
going to be an inconvenience. And if he thinks you're an inconvenience, then he's the asshole.
Oh, okay.
Maeve, if you see Rosalind, you get the feeling that she is remembering every word that comes out of your mouth to throw back in your face later at some point.
Oh, if
If
you
she
don't
needs
think
to.
Maeve is the queen of not taking her own advice.
Yeah.
In any case, she is going to
Was there anybody else that's flirted with me that I've not realized?
Yeah, feel like there was a shopkeep at one point. I mean, there was the guy the other day, but you didn't really like him very much when we were drinking.
Wait, he was flirting? It was just weird. He like
Yes.
pulled the
he
coin
was
out of my ear.
No, he was definitely shooting his
He
shot.
was definitely shooting his shot and hoping that you would talk to him. You just seemed uncomfortable, so we rescued you.
I mean,
But
it was a weird, what is he, like...
It wasn't great.
I mean, it wasn't a great attempt at flirting. I'll give him that. But no, that was him trying to flirt. He was trying to impress you.
with shitty, not real magic?
Yes. Listen.
Guys back home, try that.
Listen, she wraps an arm across Hermia. Gender's not a consideration for me in attraction, but if there's one thing I know about some guys, is they like cheap tricks.
That sounds stupid.
It is pretty shitty if you try to flirt with, like, you know, not real magic, and the person actually knows real magic.
Yeah, like, I was like,
agreed.
it's like a shitty magician.
Hermia, you
Wait.
have to remember that not everybody knows magic.
That's true.
And
I
then,
know, but,
and then
like,
Leo,
a lot of people do.
and then Leo does that thing where, like, you like pull your thumb off, and it looks like you're like removing your thumb.
That's weird. What is that
Hermia.
supposed to do?
That's all I got.
Hermia. Here's
Yeah.
the thing, though. You've got a litmus test. I don't even know if litmuses exist in Exandria, but we're going to pretend they do for the sake of this metaphor.
Yes, the mage, E-Litmus. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Next time a guy pulls a cheap trick on you, you got to do a real trick back. If he's impressed and wants to know more, probably a decent guy. If he gets
So
all
next time, like, some guy tries to, like, pull a coin out from behind my ear, I should just, like, Eldritch Blast the table or something?
No, not an attack magic. Like, you know,
a cantrip, a minor illusion, something
Yeah.
like that.
exactly. Just like
Eldritch
a little,
Blast is a cantrip.
not Eldritch.
You
not something
hear
that
in your
destroys
head,
things.
Hermia, magic is used for practical purposes and defending yourself. That's all we have.
I mean, that's why that's all, pretty much all my spells are like.
Oh, that's true. You have the warlock spell list. They all hurt.
Well,
I think you get thaumaturgy as a warlock, don't you?
I could have, but I didn't pick
I
that.
have
Fair enough.
thaumaturgy as the Drake whatever, but still, the point is that you can show some magical things, and if he's interested, great. If he tries to be all, you know, macho about it, being like, and run away, then he sucked, and don't spend your time talking to him.
I mean, I'd like to like the person trying to like impress me actually be impressive, like be really good at like hitting shit with the sword.
At that, Rosalind is like, yes, Hermia, have standards. Hell yeah.
Okay, standards are great. By the way, person, so I should not be assuming men. Is that correct? I
I
apologize.
mean, I've never really, like I said, had a chance to like really explore. Like my parents like it always set me up with shitty like older men, but I mean beyond that, like it's like I know I'm not into shitty older men. There you go.
That's fair.
mean-
Standards. Okay.
Ross glanced at me. I mean, have you seen girls?
They're pretty.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So I know what we need to do then. Next time
What?
we're in a bar, we're going to be trying to practice talking to people, but you are going to figure out when you're not when you're comfortable because you'll never do it, but anyone that catches your attention. And we're going to coach you through it.
Oh.
Are we
okay.
gonna play wingwoman for Hermia?
Oh,
I mean, I haven't
I'm
seen
ready for it.
anybody that's like been interesting. I mean, the gentleman was kind of cool, but she's also kind of scary.
she's a little scary.
Oh
you know.
God, Hermia has the same taste as Rosalind in women. Oh no.
Oh boy. We'll figure this out.
I mean,
And-
Roz was really interesting when I first met her, but she's got a thing with Mira.
She does have a thing with Mira, I'm afraid. Unless she's willing to be open.
Roz like fingers crossed. She's like, Roz might be, but Mira's not.
Wow,
I'm sure
dude.
you've got a shot. I mean, look, you can like hit so much shit with a sword and like do
All right.
so much cool shit with it.
All right, we figured it out. All right, so we're gonna be going to the next fighting pit we can find and fighting a.
Gladiator
Well,
woman.
I mean,
Yep.
not even just like a fighter. Like, I mean, there's a book I read about guy, this like the world's greatest like thief or whatever.
Ooh.
But like he
Interesting.
wasn't like Leo. he was like suave and he spoke like some kind of like human.
Listen, once upon a time, every
Yeah,
dog
he-
has its day. And
You
if,
know,
if
there's
y'all
like
get
a-
to have a girls' night out, me and Leaf are gonna have a guys' night out.
Leo, I mean, there's something that there's like a saying like among like my mom's like friends about wood elves. They're the hicks of elves.
And isn't your mom a bitch?
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't mean she doesn't have some wisdom now and then.
Oh, that was a
Wow.
thing. All right. Well,
All right. Wow.
either way.
Ouch, Hermia.
Ouch, indeed. All right, so
Yikes.
Hermia, what you need is a tournament then.
Tournament.
Well, you
I
need to
mean-
find someone who's the best at what they do. Poetry contests, archery contests, or
I'm the
fighting
best
contests.
at what I do.
You know, I mean, it sounds like you're looking for somebody who's
Someone impressive.
exactly.
Someone who can stand out amongst the rabble.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and pretty much the exact opposite of what my parents tried to set me up with.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Roz puts like a hand up like dramatically, and what girl wouldn't swoon?
Exactly. You'll figure it out. But listen, I get the not knowing. I have a hard time knowing, but we're gonna figure this out and it's gonna be okay. We're gonna set you up and then you can use the sending stone as he pushes it in her hand.
Well, she will need to use the sending stone because presumably whoever she's with will not be able to teleport himself there or project himself.
Harry, we
There
don't
could be
know.
another standard that I would need.
There you
Project
go.
themselves. There you go.
Aha. Very smart.
We need to set up like a service where you could create like a profile and just put it out there.
This is what
and
I
see who
want.
matches to it.
That sounds like a good idea. It can be like a network of like sending stones. Like
Yes.
Call it Quester.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Quester. I'm into it.
All right.
Yes, sort of like an interconnected net of sending stones, an internet, if you will.
Find love
We
in
gotta-
25 words or less.
we gotta like sell this idea to somebody.
I know.
Yeah,
We should you know we
we're
should
gonna
go
be
back.
rich.
We need to go back to some of the people when we do. No, you know what? Fuck Rex and Trum. We're gonna find someone good in the Menagerie Coast to help. us.
Yeah, fuck the Empire. No, you know what? I like this. No more saving the world crap. From now on, we're investors.
Nope. We still gotta save the world.
We can do both.
We can be both.
We can do both.
We can be saviors of the world and or the richest venture capital firm in the continent.
Wait, no, Roz. If we do that, we're gonna be causing great change, but then the portals will come to us.
That's what Mr. Black was saying. We figured it out.
This is a great idea. I will sign off on this.
All right. We've
All
done
right.
it.
So
We've cracked the code.
rest of the day is mostly pretty uneventful, and eventually you
We
camp
just
down.
came up with like a groundbreaking idea.
You
I
did.
know.
You spend the rest of the day outlining it and putting it down in your journals.
I'll put it in the inventory.
The following
Outline.
day, you should arrive at the Wuyun Gates. And as you are all sitting down camping for the night, before any watches are taken,
Oh, God.
it seems I've got the time right this time, and you see that Kalen has appeared before all of you.
Well, time to go for a walk, I think. Hermia, maybe you and Leaf and Zana and Leo would like to come with me.
We could spar.
Yeah, we should go spar. Let's go do that.
I
Leave his
actually
face palming.
do have some news for you as well, Roslyn. And
Oh, good.
Oh.
despite Leo's colorful choice of words, and
Eye twitch.
he reaches over towards Leo, and his hand just kind of passes back and forth. It's not really possible like this. And I also don't believe
Fair.
that Timavra and I's relationship, if there is one, is
Maeve is staring at the ground.
he's even
Roz
for
is standing
being
behind Maeve. It is like,
even as an albino, you can see that his cheeks are flushed a little red as well. Regardless, I have some blood news for you.
Right.
oh.
Blood news.
Roz's mood changes a little bit. She's like, oh, this was fun.
So he goes and kind of takes a seat near around as well, but just sort of on the ground.
Mhm.
So, what I was able to find out was that, as you had mentioned before, the disease does lay dormant, I believe, in all Kalishtar blood, but it's not always active. It's passed down, and is, I believe myself, could be a sort of lingering side effect of the original curse that created the Kalishtar people long, long ago.
Whoa.
That would make sense. I did used to hear that it was tied to some sort of failing to connect with your quarry spirit in some way.
I'm fairly confident that it is not active in your blood, but on the off chance that I'm incorrect, I do think I can cure it.
That's wonderful. I sense a butt coming.
It's not so much a butt. I believe I've encountered it before. So with the knowledge that I have, or that I learned from it then, and what I know now since, it should be an easy thing to reverse.
Encountered it before. You've met another Kalishtar?
My mother. It's not something that I realized until I put 2 and 2 together. But when I was adopted, first of all, I'm not a Kalishtar, if that's what you're thinking.
Roz,
Mathilda.
Immediately covers her mouth.
Mathilda was her name. She was a performer. She had a great love for performance, an opera singer in Nicodranus, which is, of course, where I got my talents. She grew ill when I was 11. That's when she started teaching me some of the basics of blood magic. And it progressed
so sorry.
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And at 13, she tried to talk me through helping her, fixing her. And my inexperience accelerated it. So,
I'm so sorry. I know what that's like.
He puts his hand up as to kind of wave it away. It was a long time ago, and I have since come to terms with it. Tragedy, after all, is a stepping stone in life. But I won't fail if there's a next time, Roz. I promise.
Thank you. Wow. Shit.
What?
Well? Wow. Oh, wow, okay. She seems to be going through a lot of different emotions all at once, and she's like, one of them is very much like,
Down, do you need some water?
no, I just, oh, wow, I'm gonna have a lot more life to plan for than I thought. You know, I was supposed to be dead by 25. Wow.
I mean,
okay.
Given your line of work, that's not entirely out of the question.
That's true. That's true.
Galen.
Yeah. I have to go send a message to home. Excuse me, please.
Certainly.
And she staggers off.
Oh.
So I have something else that I've been working on. I don't think it's ready to be shared quite yet, but when it is, I think I'd like all of you to hear it first.
Is it something bad?
No. Well, I suppose it depends on
Oh God,
your
it's something
perspective.
bad.
It's a performance. It's a piece, but
Oh, okay.
Of what
are
you've been working on?
those who would say that most of what I write, given my preferred subject matter, that yes, it's bad.
No, I mean I'm a what do you call it? Gosh, I don't know. I like fine art. There you go.
You a fan of tragedies
appreciative.
then? Because most of what I talk about doesn't usually end happily.
I mean, I've seen lots of like plays and like operas about tragedy. They're pretty good.
Well then, hopefully you'll like it. So, where is it that you're heading? The last time we talked, Maeve, you had mentioned leaving the Empire.
Yes, we just passed the Wuyang gates, and
We're not. We're almost there.
we're almost at the Wuyang gates. I think from there I think we are probably going to be heading to the Menagerie Coast. Maybe stop at Port Damali first.
Well, if you're heading down through Wuyun, Port Damali is on the other side. Nicodranus, I believe, is where you will
yes,
probably
you're
head
right.
first.
Yes, Nicodranus will be first. Sorry. Brain maps.
Well, part of me was hoping perhaps you would have chosen Jorhas, but I understand the coast is a bit more inviting than the
It was
barbed
closer.
wastes. No, I
Wasn't
assure
it?
you, it's a much better place than the lands of the Kryn as well.
Are you still going to be sticking around there, or are you done with your...
Perhaps we're still with the in the Eothia Highlands that I'd mentioned before, with the wandering tribes here.
Right.
It seems that they have thrown in their lot with. I'm sure you've perhaps heard whispers of the growing turmoil and unrest here. It seems like whichever side it is that's trying to go against the dynasty has secured some of the support from the tribes here in the Highlands.
If you counter any portals, you let us know. I hope that won't happen, but, well, it'd be good to know where they happen, I suppose.
Of course. What's everyone's passive insight?
Passive insight?
Yep.
Mine is 17.
Insight 16.
Let me check
Leaf left.
Leaf really quick. Yep. Okay. I should probably keep Leaf's character sheet up. All right. Rosalind, would you like to send your message home?
Yeah. So she kind of is staggering about and has to take a moment to like kind of catch her breath and just steady herself, and then she hears out, "Hey, Light, sorry to bother you."
I apologize for Shadow's visit last night.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. I'll deal with her and whatever she's got in mind. I gotta find out at some point what I did to piss her off so much, but another time.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Congratulations about your undiagnosis.
Yeah, that's actually why I'm reaching out. I assumed you will, but just send a message along to Mom that I probably don't have it as it is, and if I do, we have a way to cure it.
I will.
Appreciate that. How are you doing?
Fine. We're tracking down a new member of the Court of Flesh. They're not dangerous or have much influence, but it's better to get them when they're fresh before they can exert any sort of hold.
Oh, I see. It's that's what spawned out of the wake of Sibriax dying, right?
The power vacuum gave rise to a new organization.
I assume not much better than the old organization.
No. Well,
No.
Not as powerful. It's easier to pit them against one another instead of having one in control over the whole thing, so
That makes
they'll
sense.
never quite rise to the prominence that he had.
especially not with you two harrying their moves, I'm sure.
Hmm.
Then good hunting to you both.
Good night, Roz.
Nightlight.
So you can spend a bit more time conversing and catching up with Kaelin, tell you a bit more about some of the lands of Xhorhas. But eventually, I don't have much longer left before the projection ends. Maeve, did you want to talk at all in private?
Sure. Gives a glare to Leo.
Leo gives you a thumbs up.
Kind of waves everybody to go away.
We'll say that you and him walk away from the campfire instead of
Yeah.
making everybody else leave.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Anyway, it'll be more natural than how that happened. Anyway,
Mhm.
but she'll walk with him. I am so sorry about Leo's message. Not what. Anyway, didn't mean to cause any awkwardness on that one.
I was waiting for you to reach out on when I could visit next.
She kind of grimaces. I sometimes overthink these things. I apologize.
I assure you, you and your group is a welcome change from the sights here.
Fair enough. So basically all I can describe in anime form is Maeve is trying to get words out and eventually huh?
In anime form.
That's the best way I can describe it. And instead gets out it's funny, I feel like I had spilled all my relationship drama when we met, and I have known nothing of what's going on with you and what that's like.
With what's going on with me?
Sorry, I didn't phrase that right out of character. Let me try it again. Are you someone that more of a loner, or have you I don't know, thought about at some point settling down?
My profession sees me on the road quite a bit. I've had flings here and there. Men and women alike are drawn to performers, for one, and also to the fanciful ideas that they can mend the broken sad man.
Oh.
And some have tried. Some have gotten close, but what people don't realize is that the sadness born out of deep tragedies isn't something that needs to be fixed. It's a part of life. We as people chart the history of our souls by heartbreak. From one tragedy to the next, happiness is just that thing that exists between those. And most people can't accept that. They don't stay around long once they realize that they can't find satisfaction and receive gratitude from fixing someone.
That's frustrating. I know you enjoy writing and learning and performing about tragedies, but I don't see you as a sad man.
Well, I appreciate that, Maeve.
I see. Something to fix. Huh. It's funny you say that, because sometimes I feel like I suck myself into trying to fix things, and I'm kind of tired of it. Be nice to not have an expectation of having to fix someone.
Well, you never have to worry about that with me.
Right. she is trying to kind of mull some things over. Listen, Helen, I know what Leo said, and I know that was incredibly awkward, but unfortunately, I think you deserve to know that the group has been on me because, well, there is something he said that is true. I do have feelings for you. But if that's
Oh.
weird, it doesn't need to go any. I appreciate your friendship more than what this could be. And I am perfectly good with that.
I wouldn't call it weird. I mean, exploring feelings and relationships often comes with some awkwardness, but it's normal.
You're not.
You realize
Are
that
you-
we're thousands of miles apart.
Yes.
That doesn't bother you?
Well, I'm not beholding you to wait for me as far as the typical physical things of a relationship. She coughs. I just mean, I don't know, that I feel something deeper here. And if you do too, then I'm fine with that. If you're not, that's okay though too. You don't have to, try to lay me down nicely.
You don't have to fill the silence. Just enjoy the awkwardness.
Enjoy the awkwardness. Is this the tragedy thing?
It's a lesson that it has taught me.
Fair enough. Okay. I'll shut
All
up now.
emotions feel different, but all of them are worth feeling.
Mm-hmm. She is
It
folding
has,
her arms in the ground.
it has been some time since I have, well, first that I think that someone's shown interest beyond the idle curiosity of fixing the tragic actor. The last time, they weren't able to reconcile their own feelings with my work.
Are you worried that I will try to stop what you're doing? Or, I don't know, pull an ultimatum or something?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, that
may
would be
not-
a little...
You may not think so now, but feelings can change in unexpected ways.
Perhaps, but would you not feel the same with what I'm doing right now?
Saving the world?
Putting myself in danger.
Well, unfortunately for me, that is your choice to make, and who am I to get in the way of your convictions?
And who am I to do the same?
And what about the ways of your people? Aren't you open to more than one interest?
Possibly. I have only really had it work with a primary, and then others that are not as significant. I suppose to me that is a conversation. What are you most concerned about with that? Exactly.
This may come off a bit sounding a bit harsh, but know that I don't mean it as so. But you are experiencing a new world. You have told me of the issues and the troubles that you have with your own people. And I'm sure that as a new people in the world of Wildemount, you get plenty of attention as well. Dedicating yourself to someone thousands of miles away is a very potent excuse to shut down others who may show you interest.
Well, maybe. I suppose it would just depend on what we decide is and isn't okay. Again, I suppose it just means that if we have to talk about it, we will. If you're telling me that you're the kind of person that, wants to make sure that you're the one I end up coming home to, quote unquote, and that's not a problem for me.
My home are where my feet take me, Maeve, so that it's not a problem. And the traditional constructs of society when it comes to courting and dating are not anything I subscribe to.
I'm not sure if there's going to be a problem with that, but of course I can always tell you if something happens. And you can tell me.
He just seems to be staring up pensively at the sky.
I believe that things can be communicated and worked out. I think the bigger question really is, do you actually have interest?
If you weren't interesting, Maeve, I wouldn't have talked to you that first night in Odessalo.
Called it.
See.
Let's see how things play out then. There are still things you don't know about me, and I'm sure things that I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm. At the very least, let this be a airing out thing so that I don't need to be scared to talk to the Sending Stone.
You don't need to be scared to talk to the Sending Stone.
Well, I don't now, but she just kind of gives a wry grin.
Didn't
Listen,
realize that pallid elves could turn such a shade of pink.
Oh, you are one to talk, sir. You are one to talk.
Difference is I could immortalize yours in song.
No, you will.
I could.
She waves a finger. I've had one song written about me already, and that is one too many.
You have?
She will explain the adventures with the Tide's Whimsy.
Okay. And about the time that you get done with that, I believe the projection is nearing its end, Maeve, but until next time.
Until next time. Thank you.
Be well and be safe.
You too. Once he disappears, she is going to she's going to walk back to camp and then slam on her rolling whatever it's called, the rolling bed thing.
Oh, and just scream into it.
Not really scream, just
sure.
Just a very like kind of sound.
Everyone watches you walk back into camp.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what I expected.
Expecting.
Oh.
All right, you meanies, I did it. All right, I'm gonna go to bed now because this is awkward. I don't know if I was gonna say anything. Grumble, 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 grumble.
All right. And the rest of you go to bed as well. And the night passes without incident. It's a peaceful night. Cloudless night, so the moon of Katha and the stars are as bright as you have ever seen them before, without any of the light pollution of the cities. It's a beautiful night. The next day, you all wake up and get started on the road again, and it takes the majority of the day. You watch as the Sirios Mountains to the west and the Ashkeeper Peaks to the east slowly encroach on you as you travel down the Amber Road. And I look for my music. The Wuyun Gorge is the only sensible way into the Empire from the Menagerie Coast. And it doesn't take long before that gate begins to come into view. As the southernmost boundary of the Dwendalian Empire, the Wuyun Gate stands 15 feet tall, 15 feet wide, restricting entry and exit to about 3 carts at a time at most. From the gate, 25-foot-tall walls stretch from both sides to meet the mountains on either side. The walls are topped with Crown's Guard and Righteous Brand soldiers patrolling and keeping watch with weapons and a few ballista at the ready. As you're about 300 yards off from the gates themselves, there's a large cluster of tents and semi-permanent structures filled with Crown's Guard and Righteous Brand, though they seem a bit sparse compared to the size of the area. And on the opposite side of the road, you see a similar setup, but mostly tents, carts, and caravans, with a small herd of horses grazing. You see all walks of life of the civilians among them. The gates currently are closed. As you get closer, you're stopped by a Crown's Guard who is beginning to wave you off sort of to the side, where you see a young boy and girl run up towards you as Leo brings the cart to a stop. Apologies, folks, but the gates to the coast are currently closed, and before you asked, we're not sure when they'll open again, but you are more than welcome to camp out with the rest of the delayed folks over yonder. Kids here can take care of your horses and get them set up with the rest, make sure that they get fed, they're taken care of.
Roz is going to cover the symbol on her shield.
Could I please start with your names, occupations, where you're from, reason for travel, including your destination and any goods that you're transporting?
Sure. My name is Rosalind Larest. We're traveling to Port Damali.
Nicodranus.
Well, eventually. Port Damali.
First Nicodranus.
By way of Nicodranus, yeah.
Right. Are you
we're adventurers.
Perfect. He's sort of writing this all down as you're saying.
Adventurers. No real goods of value or trade, just basic supplies and our gear.
You're coming from...
Originally from Zadash.
So your reason for traveling then?
We are sent to meet someone in Nicodranus and then up to Port Damali.
Could I get a general reasoning for this meeting, your type of business?
Yeah, she pulls off her shoulder plate and shows the wound. We're trying to get this healed.
Fair enough. All right. You said Roslyn and your compatriots here?
Yes, we've got Maeve Ashfall, Hermia Astoria. That one just goes by Leaf. And then she nudges to Zana and Leo so they can introduce themselves.
Zana isn't here.
Oh, no, never mind. She nudges to Leo because she doesn't know if saying Leo's name is going to get him arrested.
Leo, no last name. He kind of gives Leo a bit of kind of like a, okay. Writes it all down. All right, well, if you have any questions or need anything, let us know.
Why is the gate shut down?
He kind of gives
isn't there open borders right now between the two places?
There is. There has been an unusual increase in giant attacks through the gorge.
Giants.
They've always been present and attack on occasion, but the deaths or kidnappings usually don't number more than a handful a month. It has been, in the past 3 weeks alone, nearly everyone who has gone through has been attacked. Some have made it out, most have not. That's only the ones that we know about. So the Empire has decreed a restriction on travel into the coast. They are letting people through, obviously, as a safety measure. But until we find a way to ensure your safety, we aren't to let anyone through. Is that an automaton?
It is. Yes. This is Leaf, and he assists us.
He's in the group.
I mean, we're a very capable adventuring group. We can protect ourselves from hill giants.
I understand that. You and everyone else with a mercenary group or, whatnot in tow. But we're not looking to put any more blood on the hands of the Empire, so just stick with us, and we will try to have it resolved as soon as we can. Does he act on his own as well?
Yes. He can hear you right now. Leaf.
Yes. This one can act and speak on its own behest. Fascinating. But he's traveling with all of you.
He's
Is
a
one
member of
you
our team, yes.
You're not the masters of it or anything?
Oh.
No, he is his own person.
You just start writing some stuff down.
We're actually in something of a hurry. Is there anything we could do to move this process along?
You would not be the first, and as much as I would even prefer to take some of your coin to put you through, that is unfortunately not on me to say.
Well, I wasn't talking about bribing you. Could I assist with this giant problem? Could we do something to help? Not that I don't think the Empire won't handle this in an expedient fashion, but we just came from the Feywild, and we saw how expedient the Empire works.
He laughs.
Ross.
Make a persuasion check.
There we go.
That's what I was looking for. Yep. That one, please. Nope, that was the wrong button, Kelly. So 15 plus 7 is 22.
Look, if you would like to try and convince the captain that you can do something, that you can help in some way, then give me a few hours. I will come and find you, and you can have your go at it, but there's nothing stopping you from just heading through and going on your merry way and dying. One way.
There's nothing stopping us?
I mean, if we let you through and you say, oh, we're going to go take care of your giant problem for you, and then you just piss off to Nicodranus. And then we have to explain to everyone else who is from far wealthier and more influential families why you were let through and they were not. So it's above my pay grade. You can argue it out with the captain. But for now, the children here can, and one of them goes, I'm 16. Our attendants here can tend to your horses, take your cart where it needs to be, make sure that you get settled in. If there's anything else you need, go ahead and let one of us know.
Great. Thank you. As soon as we can see the captain, that'd be great.
Yes.
And I don't mean to insinuate that because he's an automaton, he knows other automatons. But is he a...
It feels like that's what you're insinuating.
We don't see him often.
You can
in
ask
fact,
him directly.
Yeah, you can talk to him.
I feel more comfortable just talking to you.
See that? Now it is a little racist.
It feels, it's just, I've never seen one before until recently. We had two that talk just like he does. That's here, and now a third one shows up. And
whoa. What do you mean you've had two more that talk like him?
Well, they don't normally, from what I understand, talk, right? Automatons just do what they're told. There's another
more?
two over in the camp. They've been here for a few days, and now a third one. It's always just strange seeing them move and talk on their own like that.
Could you point us in the direction of where they're camped?
I mean, he points over towards the camp. They're not
in
hard,
there somewhere.
They're not hard to miss.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But anyway,
right,
come back a little bit later, closer to sundown. You can talk with the captain. Don't cause any issues. I know that goes without saying, but you would be surprised how many issues are caused. as a result. This covers my
All
ass
right.
at least.
All right, you heard him. No drunken brawls this time, guys. Oh.
So
Zana's
with
gonna be
that,
so disappointed.
the teens sort of follow you over towards and kind of get your like cart set up in a space, you know, along with everything, and then take your horses out and begin to walk them off somewhere. And
Good.
before you all decide to go and start looking for the other talking automatons,
I think we'll wait till Leaf's back for
Yep.
that.
we'll go
For Chris
ahead
here.
and end the session there for tonight.